Effective immediately. I am banning...
Boom. In a move no one saw coming, Brittney Griner, once the face of the WNBA, is now banned from...
Days after Adam Silver issued a permanent ban on Brittney Griner from the WNBA, the fallout has grown into a full-blown crisis. What started as a league decision has now turned into a player-led uprising, with some of the WNBA's biggest...
Shaq went off, and he did it live for the whole world to see. No filter, no PR crew, no soft talk. He screamed out Adam Silver by name right in the middle of the broadcast. You could literally see the fire in his eyes. And man, the look on Silver's face. Pure shock. Dude looked like he just got slapped with reality on.
Stop, bro. So Brittney Griner has just been suspended for the entire season, as in the last week she has done some of the most diabolical things we have...
He didn't see it coming. Not from Shaq. Now, this ain't just a little clip getting thrown about. This thing burst. It's on TikTok, Reddit, ESPN, WNBA forums, everywhere. But before we go into that viral meltdown, let's rewind a bit. Shaq's blow-up wasn't random. It was years in the making. A gradual boil that ultimately exploded. And it all ties back to how the league handled Brittney Griner's issue. Everybody's been watching Brittney for a minute now, but not for her talents on the court, which is amazing since she still got it. Nah, she's been in the press for the wrong reasons, and none of it is her fault. She sacrificed a lot, more than most would. And instead of being honored for her courage, for her leadership, for the way she came back, the league acted like she was just disposable, pushed to the side without a word. Quiet, frigid, no honor, no respect. Let's be real. If it was any other celebrity at her position, they'd receive a tribute video, jersey retirement, the full. Except Brittney, nothing except muttering. It was shady. Then out of nowhere, these rumors started spreading. The WNBA might be cutting ties with her. But here's the kicker. It wasn't due of injuries or her performance. Nope. It was all because some execs believe she's too combative today. Too hot for the brand. That's cold. And that's when Shaq snapped. No more sitting quiet. He's always been a straight shooter. He'll speak up when something smells off. And this dreadful riot of betrayal, his history with Silver, let's just say it's never been all smiles. Sure, there's a degree of professional respect, but deep down, Shaq's never trusted the man, and he's never been shy about admitting so. So, when the story came about Griner getting iced out, and Silver was out here smiling, talking big about expanding the NBA like everything's normal, Shaq wasn't having it. He jumped on IG Live and lit the place up. No code words, no dancing around. He dropped Silver's name straight up and demanded answers. Is this how the league treats someone who gave everything for the sport? He asked. Shaq's voice was shaking, not from fear but from rage. He wasn't merely mad. He felt betrayed. He retorted, "Don't come at me talking about growing the game when you can't even stand up for the people who made it what it is." And everybody watching, they felt it. The live was packed. Comments were flying. It wasn't simply drama. It was a moment. You could sense it. This was more than a rant. This was Shaq drawing a line in the sand. Shaq wasn't out there putting on a show. He was hurt and straight up frustrated. But the sentence that shocked the whole room when he stated, "If this is how you treat Brittney, I don't even want to know what you do to someone without a name." Boom. That line landed hard. Silver literally froze mid-response. It was like someone yanked the plug on his whole PR performance. Everything flipped right there, from just one player situation to the entire league's legacy being called into question. And what did Silver say back? Nothing. Not a word. No witty spin. No script. No cool executive voice. Just awkward quiet. He got stranded without a plan. But what made this whole event go up wasn't merely Shaq's arrival. It was what came after. Within minutes, WNBA fans were flooding Instagram with clips of the rant. One narrative after another, it was all over the chronology. Then came the players, not just rookies or benchwarmers, veterans, names with weight, women who put years into this league who earned the right to speak up. And they weren't quiet either. Some kept it simple and reposted the video with no remarks needed. Others broke go and blew off their fury. But they all had one thing in common. They knew the WNBA had been skating by for too long without being held accountable. And now the league was getting checked, and everyone saw it coming. And the fact that it was Shaq, a famous NBA great, who walked up first, it only lighted the match even more. The topic didn't stay in the WNBA circle. Nah, it spread fast. NBA players started chiming in. A few kept things low-key, but others, they came in swinging. No holding back, no sugarcoating. You could feel the league splitting down the middle, right on social media. And the higher-ups, they were sweating bullets, rushing to figure out how to quiet the storm. But it was already too late. The fans had eyes wide open now. They started piecing everything together. Silver silent, the WNBA's half-baked public pronouncements, and all that NBA expansion rumors. Everything started appearing like one enormous distraction. People weren't falling for it. TikTok comment sections nasty. YouTube live conversations during ESPN broadcast overwhelmed with free Brittney remarks and calls for answers. Some supporters even started calling for a full-blown boycott. One said, "Boycott the WNBA. Don't advocate abuse and racism." Another wrote, "It's time to cancel the WNBA All-Star Game. This league's a joke. Shut it down." And the wildest part, that wasn't even the top of the chaos. Fans ain't letting this one slip. They're digging deep, assembling tapes, cross-referencing interviews, comparing receipts, and suddenly it's clicking. People are starting to discover that Shaq might have known a lot more than he let on. And now that he said it, live with no script, no filter, everything quickly slid into place. What used to be whispers is now front and center. And it's looking real ugly for Adam Silver. 4 years, Silver had that progressive commissioner reputation on lock. He was the guy the media loved to hype up. The leader who listened, stood with the players, and made the league look woke and modern. But now that vision is breaking like thin glass. 'Cause when your top names from both the NBA and WNBA declare enough is enough, stillness doesn't help you appear serene. It makes you look weak or worse, guilty. Shaq didn't simply go off. He pushed the curtain aside. He ignited something the league can't undo. 'Cause this ain't just about Brittney anymore. Nah, this is about everything. Accountability, honesty, and the screwed-up fact that a billion-dollar league still puts looking nice over doing what's right. And what makes it hit even harder, Brittney Griner herself hasn't clapped back. No fiery post, no live response, nothing straightforward. But she did recently open up in a low-key chat with Cam Newton when she got genuine about how the NFL treats its players. She didn't name names, but you could hear the hurt. She stated it's sad how little protection athletes genuinely have from the individuals in authority. Even while trying to be diplomatic, you could see she was holding back. Not 'cause she wanted to, but rather 'cause she had to. The stress in her voice spoke it all. She was careful not to walk on toes that might already be crushing down on her. So now some are wondering what kind of strain is Brittney actually under? Was she terrified to speak out loud? Sources close to her have whispered she's going through it. Feeling tricked, used, and plain up let down. Let's not forget Brittney carried this league. When things were quiet, when the lights weren't on, she showed up. She held it down while others wouldn't. And this is the thanks she gets. Even if you didn't vibe with how she handled some situations, you need to know this ain't how you treat a vet. This ain't how you treat someone who given the game everything. So now we're here. Shaq fired the first shot. Players supported him up. Fans are applying pressure. Sponsors are starting to pull back. And the media, they're circling like sharks. But the one person who still hasn't said a single word, Adam Silver. No apology, no statement, not even the normal "we're reviewing the situation" nonsense. Nothing. And that silence, it's growing into an issue. 'Cause when there's no leadership, people start creating their own conclusions. And right now, those conclusions are getting uglier by the day. No slick PR stunt or a big budget commercial is going to fix this up. Not this time. And the craziest part, this whole tempest didn't even start with a journalist. A leaked memo, or perhaps Brittney herself. That would have been too pleasant, too simple to sweep under the rug. Nope. This came from Shaq, a man who's worn every cap in the game. Player, champion, analyst, team owner, living legend. When he comes out and says, "This ain't right," people listen. And they don't just listen, they act. Now the question ringing throughout every part of the internet is straightforward. Why hasn't Adam Silver said a single word? What's stopping him? He's the face of the league, the so-called leader. But just now, he's ghost. He can't just keep having news conferences touting expansion, flashing smiles while cutting ribbons for new clubs pretending the future's all terrific. Not when one of the league's most significant players is out here being tossed aside like she never mattered. Until Silver steps up and faces what occurred, actually faces it. Every move he takes is likely to be received with side glances and skepticism. Every spotlight he goes into, it's gonna feel like shadow. And that tells us one thing loud and clear. This storm, it ain't over. Not even close. If you're witnessing all this unfold, and you want to stay hooked onto everything they don't want you to see, like, subscribe, and click that bell, because we're keeping the heat on, and this drama is far from done.